It appears Maine's lobster fishermen are finally catching a break. Good evening, everyone. I'm Amanda Hill.
And I'm Pat Callahan. A federal judge has ruled that lobstermen and environmental groups will have to work together to determine whether trap lines are indeed injuring northern right whales in Maine waters. And he's giving them 2 years to figure it out.
That's compared to the 6 months lobstermen were facing before federal rules kicked in. News Center Maine's Jack Mulmid is in the newsroom with more. Jack.
Pat and Amanda, in his decision, Judge James Boasberg said he had 2 problems with federal rules that were supposed to go into effect now. 1, more evidence was needed to prove lobster trap lines were harming whales, and 2, new ropeless trap technology just is not ready.
But this right here would be a legal buoy line right now in federal law.
As it stands right now, this is what Maine lobstermen have to abide by.
I still don't want to tie both ends.
Back in May of this year, they had to install new so-called weak links that would break under pressure in the event a large sea animal, such as an endangered right whale, were to swim through. The federal government is looking to make even bigger changes. Ropeless traps that would sit at the sea bottom until remotely called to the surface. That technology has not yet been proven in Maine waters.
It's huge.
Then, just this summer, a big setback for lobstermen that fish farther offshore. A 1,000 square mile area in a fishing zone known as Area 1 was once again closed from mid-October through January.
It's going to push a lot of offshore guys inshore, congest a lot of gear, and you know, it's the lobster fishery self-regulated as far as, you know, trap congestion and where everybody fishes, and when you push everybody into one spot, it's going to cut the pie down.
So lobstermen then took the federal government to court to try and block the new rules, saying there was no evidence any of their boats or traps had harmed the whales. They got the backing of the governor and several lawmakers, as well as Maine's congressional delegation.
It seems crazy to me that I'm just begging my federal government in my state to help me and let me go to work.
Then, just a few weeks ago, a break. Just as those new federal laws were to go into effect, lobstermen and environmental groups told the court that they'd agree that it was best to wait 2 years before those new lobster gear rules should be enforced. And that's where we are now. So the newness of this all is that the DC judge who has been making most of these calls is agreeing that today that those 2 years stand. So in December of 2024, there will be new regulations, and the judge is making environmental groups and lobstermen work together to provide updates every 6 months on any whale entanglements that may happen, and also how trap gear technology is improving. He says to go any faster would have potentially crippled the lobster industry. From the newsroom, Jack Mulmid, News Center, Maine.